Good morning, Washington, D.C. Good afternoon, Africa, Durban. Good evening, India, Singapore, Lebanon, and in fact, late good evening in Australia. Your Excellency, Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Kiran Bedi, our chief guest this evening, speakers across 8 countries, participants around the world. Namaste. I am holding my hands as handshake has surely and certainly turned into completely holding hands, which we call in India Namaste, and in Thailand we call it Samvadikat. This is how we wish. Namaste means that the divinity in me is saluting the divinity in you, and divinity in you is saluting the divinity in me. Proud feeling as a global Indian that we all around the world are holding hands and using this norm of wishing Namaste. I am sure, rather confident, that these wishes, the way we do it now, would remain for all of us across the globe beyond COVID-19. It is indeed a delight for all of us to have with us Dr. Kiran Bedi this evening. Out of her very hectic, busy schedule, she could be part of us to inaugurate this WebEx event, which is Coronavirus, Human Power, Challenges and Solutions. There would have not been any other personality really suitable to have an inaugural address, and it is my indeed honor and global talent company to have Madam Kiran Bedi here. Dr. Bedi does not need any introduction, as she is a global icon, a persona of commitment, responsibility, and accountability of highest order. Winner of many international awards, be it United Nations awards, President of India award, and on the top of it, Raman Magsaysay award. First, related to India she created and crafted police at the head a mindset of serving the citizens. At Tihar jail, posting as Director General is a success story globally known. There was a study made in India some 2 decades back. Who is the most trusted personalities in leadership in India? Yes, it was great President of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, a great man indeed, and Mr. Narayana Murthy, the founder of Infosys, created a global company around the world, and our own Dr. Kiran Bedi, the most trusted personalities of India. I can continue talking about her, but the time is short. Kiran Bedi is personally my mentor, and I have learned a lot from her over the years. Madam Kiran, we have this evening 8 female leaders from 8 countries here to discuss and deliberate coronavirus, human power, challenges and solutions. I have to quickly give you background of these great women of the world. They are our own Dr. Asha Badalkar from India, a distinguished professor of organization development and psychology, global figure with her leadership programs across the continents. Her books are very well known, of course, with my guru as well, Padma Dr. Pritam Singh is here. And they are regarded and respected around the world. Board member of various organizations, and the latest being the huge Punjab National Bank India. Then we have with us Annie. She comes from Durban, South Africa. She is an inclusion specialist, a personal international coach, author, facilitator across race, gender, and nationality. Adult education and leadership is important. Then we have Carolina Winner, based in Singapore. She comes from Poland, very respected name in leadership, training globally with focus on women leadership, with focus on inner shine, S-H-I-N-E, shine, and bounces back from women around the world. Next we have with us Minam Expo, another great lady from Netherlands. Actually, I worked there as well, based in Lebanon, an innovative personality driving transformational learning, involved with various United Nations interventions, works with leaders on releasing stress in demanding situations and difficult environments. Next, another great lady with us is a Danish lady, Maggie Johnson, based in Singapore, Asian and Global Experience on Leadership Development, founder of evenkeynote.com, award winner of bringing changes at top leadership level. And the next is Ruchi Singh from India, tremendous experience in Australia and India, now a global keynote speaker. Recently I heard at Bangkok, United Nations, as a keynote speaker on even courage, personal leadership, and managing change. She herself is a domestic violence victim, but turned her weak link into opportunity and helped various women to transform when they get disasters in life. And the next lady is from Washington, D.C., United States of America, Sunny Slaughter, well-known vulnerability expert. Her focus is lifting and empowering women on diversity and inclusion as well as crisis management. On one of the top 25 women in the U.S. contributed to leadership development. And last but not the least is another wonderful woman from Australia, Sally Foley-Levis. Her passion for leadership, managing conflicts, communication, excellence, pump up by productivity and DIP, dynamic interactive presenter. All these have been, Kiran ma'am, part of my network. We do a lot of work together. In fact, it is one of the biggest things which we are going to be doing again in power. But because of the lockdown, it got delayed. A huge amount of work, all great women do it globally, and I feel really great working with such powerful women and contributing and building global talent around the world. Global talent, everybody is a global talent. Then, it was very important for me to share the background of these women. Because I wish to inform you, man, that just by one message, they could volunteer to be part of this event or contributing to the global society. There are another 50 global women leaders in waiting who also wanted to be here. However, I decided to go for those who responded within 12 hours, keeping in various time zones. I am really grateful to them as well. And yes, I should not forget Varsha, who is part of Global Talent India, for supporting on every aspect of this event. She is there completely involved even at this point of time. May I now request you, Lieutenant Governor Puducherry, Your Excellency, Madam J, to please deliver inaugural address, coronavirus, women power, challenges and solutions, please. I am grateful to you, ma'am. Again, I move ahead towards you as a mentor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. I want to admire and respect you and recognize the new initiative which you've taken and bringing so many of us together. So many of us together virtually. Otherwise, it would have taken us so long at such a high cost to come together. So I'm very, very happy to be one of these many brilliant women whom we are getting to see virtually and hear. And at such a crisis time, at such a difficult time, and you've chosen the subject of women power in today's times of coronavirus or COVID-19 as we say. I don't think any one of us in our lifetime have virtually seen what's happening today. In fact, till yesterday, it appears to me that's all history. Whatever we did till 2 months ago is all history. We are almost all equal at the same time. Men, women, countries. We're all flattened. We're not flattening the curve. I think the humanity has got flattened. We're all flattened. Whatever we did till yesterday is history. We are all back to primary school of humanity. To my mind, we've all gone back to the primary school of humanity, where men or women, Westerner or Easterner or Southerner or Northerner, it's all humanity across. Whoever does now the right way, whoever lives the right way, who thinks the right way, performs the right way, connects with the right way, will survive. Otherwise, we do not know what's going to happen. So it's I till now, even sometimes I wish this must be a dream. It's a bad dream. Let me get up to say, how could I dream this? But every time I open my eyes, I realize, no, this is real. This pandemic is real. It's already costed us so much. But what I'm saying, it sent us back to school, and a school of humanity, where we have to relearn the value systems of almost correct ethical leadership. So I think it could be a greater opportunity. Now, as I said, every challenge comes with an opportunity. To my mind, this world has amazing energy of men and women. Since we are focusing on women, it's equal opportunity for women. Now it's amazing opportunity for women now to establish what the world needs. What does the world need today? World needs a healing touch. World needs humanity. World needs collaboration. World needs collective will. The world needs flattening of egos. And world needs a heart. It needs soft power, not masculinity right now. It needs soft power. All these are traits of female leadership. God has gifted women with all these leaderships by birth. They just have to bring them forth and express them. And I would think that 5 leaders of the world, women, are expressing it. The leadership in Taiwan, in Germany, in New Zealand, in Finland and Iceland. These 5 women, presidents and prime ministers of their respective countries, are already proving their very unique qualities which women bring in leadership. But I want to make one statement, and it's not a political statement. It's a true statement that the Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Narendra Modi, is an exception. Is an exceptional man who's combining the best of the humanity traits, which are very unique to men and women. The way he's communicating, the way he's collaborating, the way he's reaching out is exactly the way these women have done. So we have another exceptional man in the Prime Minister of India, and I think that history will write how far he succeeds. So I would think that these are 5 women, young, they're young. The best part is young, besides Chancellor Merkel, who are showing the way. Actually, they're paving the way for the rest of the women, inspiring them that only age is not the criterion for leadership. You can outshine. Look how young the New Zealand Prime Minister, the Taiwanese, the Finland, the Iceland, they're all young. They're all young. And how well they are communicating. So here I have a few, for 5 minutes more, which I have because you gave me 10 minutes, I would say, what is the contrasting approach which these women are showing, and millions of invisible women around the world are showing? Number one, it is their rising above politics. This world now needs rising above narrow politics. They need an inclusive approach. The world needs an inclusive approach during crisis. When compared to, as I said, the masculine hierarchical approach, or the rhetorical approach, the masculine approach, or the hierarchical approach, they need this approach, which my Prime Minister as a man is doing. But these women who I've mentioned, the presidents and the Prime Ministers of India, of the world, New Zealand and others I've mentioned, they are showing these kinds of traits, they've risen above politics. They put crisis behind, politics behind, and rose up for larger humanity. Unfortunately, many men by nature, by history, by legacy, by habit, and there's nothing wrong with it, I'm not saying it's anything wrong, they're more career-centric, finance-driven, economy-driven, whereas these women have shown they are life-driven. They are self-reflective in their approach, and they're basing themselves on value factors. It is this which the world needs, along with being career-driven, along with being financial-driven. But priorities is life over livelihood. But livelihood should follow life. But because if there's no life, there is no livelihood. So rather than livelihood first over life, these women have put life over livelihood. And that's what our Prime Minister too has done. He's striking the balance, and so have these women. So I think these are the challenges and needs of the hour. Look at the way they are communicating. Their whole approach is realistic, it's compassionate and very persuasive. It is this what is needed. The whole communication I found across as I hear them speak, or I look at their YouTubes, or I look at their statements, they are being trusted. This world needs trusted leadership. It needs men and women who can be trusted. They're searching for, and I think women begin with the trust till they belie the trust. It's interesting how men have to begin with mistrust till they earn it. But that's my rather research, it's not my bias. Women begin with trust till they break that trust. So I think we have an advantage. It's an advantage, women, when they can begin with trust. So if they can remain credible, they would. Besides that, look at the economy today. I think it's looking for whole social reconstruction. It's not just looking at the GDPs. Now is an opportunity not only to look at our GDPs, but look at the whole social reconstruction and bring to fore the work of the women and integrate and incorporate the work which women have done invisibly into the factors of the GDP. I think that's the new challenge, and therefore I would urge the leadership of this world, the humanity of this world, the population of this world, the humanity of this world, hereafter, no policy be without very heavy participation, collaboration, and dialogue with women. I think we've outgrown the man's world. Now it should be a world of humanity. It should be inclusive and collaborative. I would think now the women have to wrest the leadership, the educated women, the qualified women, the hardworking women, the enterprising women, the concerned women, the conscientious women, the passionate women, the skilled women. I think all of us have certain qualities, and there's leadership within. To be great mothers, to bring up our sons and daughters in a more humane way, the yogic way, as it said, the spiritual way. In fact, the world now is looking for spiritual life, a spiritual living, not bigotry, not being religious, but being spiritual, where humanity is first before your own faith. I think this is where, in this background, leadership today, I think, has moved to the center. It's moved to the center, and where men and women are standing together. This is the time for women not to take a step back, but to be a namaste. Now to be a namaste, not a handshake of masculinity, but a namaste of humility. Namaste of recognizing the divinity of the other within you. I think this is a time It's perfect time for women leadership. We've seen political leadership showing us the way, but behind them are billions of others who look at them, a large army of health workers. They're all women, men, or they're all women. Most of them are women. Most of our critical health worker is a woman, along with men, shoulder to shoulder, the way they're serving humanity at this stage. They're warriors in white coat. As our Prime Minister said, they are our COVID warriors. They are the they are warriors. You have warriors in olive green, you have warriors in khaki, which I belong to, you have today warriors in white coats. I think this is a time, while you have warriors in all colourful dresses, I think it's time now women to be ensuring full space at the table. They need to be participating. No economic policy hereafter. Environment policy, educational policy, health policy should be without the equal participation of women, and also the young generation of women who are going to be taking this world forward. So I think it's a perfect time for women power to be asserting, to be speaking out, to be uniting together, and now leading the way, because now the world belongs to humanity, not destruction, but construction. Thank you so much, Mr. Bakshi, for giving me this opportunity. I've kept my schedule to 10 minutes because I know you've got some very, very brilliant speakers. Thank you, and wish your initiative all the very best. May this bring us together again and again, but make it an international voice where it matters. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's all ladies.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. All of us, including our audience, are delighted to hear you. And I must salute you, like a police officer, for your commitment to contribute. Man, you are the best, and the best, and the best. We keep watching you every day, how you work 30 to 40 hours, no Saturdays, no Sundays, and no holidays. You are amazing leader, huge courage of conviction. Again, thank you very much.